Some people are concerned with the abilities for the world to sustain itself. They believe that it is a limited world and there is only so much that can be done, and the creator of the world may not have an option. That's undeniably not true. Interestingly enough, you see, every part in the world has life, and they have been looking everywhere, for instance on Mars and other planets, for signs of life. But on Earth, you can find life in the most hostile environment. See, they have these caustic lakes, they call them, and they have the salinity, which means the level of salt that can kill any vital plants. And yet, they're tiny little organism, plants there, that can grow, and it becomes algae. And of course, there are these birds that can go there who actually leave the place where they are and go to these places, and they live off of this algae. It's the most remarkable example for life on Earth. And that is another example of things that can happen and has happened. And that is that they buried exhausted rods of plutonium. And these were used in nuclear reactors to create energy. But they buried them very deep within the mountains because, interestingly enough, they have 10,000 years of half-life. They're concerned, the scientists that is, with the radiation or leakage, possibly. So one of the things that's been done is periodically they open these canisters, and there are like caves, and they see and they review the security of these structures, because if they crack, or perhaps from an earthquake of movements, or they get damaged, this obviously can get into the water system. Now they found that in these deep caverns, and where buried the nuclear waste, organisms, living beings, actually emerged, evolved, they developed. And they developed the skills to actually live in the place of nuclear waste. Now, what is nuclear waste? It is radioactivity. And what is radioactivity? It's the exact opposite of life. Life is order. Radioactivity is disorder. And yet, the creator of the world gave the possibility for organism to be shown and be manifested in such place. Such incredible, sophisticated system where they sustain their order and reproductive possibility and even metabolic renewal. And they can live, even though this environment is impossible, at least for any organism. But yet, that's what they did. So much so that scientists, interestingly enough, have talked about the possibility of having these organisms develop so that they will be able to eat nuclear waste. And this would solve the problem of nuclear fallout or having no place to bury this nuclear waste. So as you can see from what I just said, that our living planet is enormously and undeniably without any limits. And the reason for it is there is a creator of the world that controls it all. So focus on your life. Focus on the good things. Focus on your mission, not about radioactivity and the possibility of the world blowing up or extinguishing itself.
If you like what you've heard, please let us know by leaving a comment below. We would really appreciate if you would be kind enough to like, share, and even subscribe. Feel free to follow us on Facebook.